Hey guys, hey. Got a nice little bud. I'll pack it into my bowl here. I actually went out last night and actually got me a better ash catcher than I started out with. Although I found if you put two ash catchers together, it makes a pretty decent rip. And it looks pretty cool too. Well, thank you for joining me again today. Found a great story of the concerns that the FDA might be trying to sustain the opiate epidemic. Basically, the story goes about opiate abuse is such a huge issue that the president himself felt the urge to bring it up in a part of his final State of the Union address. Opiate abuse. So pain medication, painkiller pills are being abused so much in America that the president decided he had to talk about it. Now you have to ask yourself, why is it so abused? Why is it so common that the president has to talk about it, has to bring it up? It might sound like a conspiracy, but the national agencies responsible for controlling dangerous substances, sorry, I kind of drooling from that coffee drink, are being paid off by the companies responsible for the deaths and harms of thousands of people annually. Basically, it's actually reported facts that the people who run things such as the FDA and agencies that are supposed to watch out for our well-being are being paid by these companies to just sit there and say, it's medication. It's either going to work for you or kill you. You're supposed to be looking out for the well-being so it doesn't kill us, because majority of the time, 75% of the time, it's killing us. It's going this way with it. And you're just like, it's approved. We approved it. Why isn't it? Why do you think it's so bad if we approved it? Because it's killing people. Early last year, Obama appointed Dr. Califf as Deputy Commissioner of the FDA, only to later find out he has been on the payroll of several pharmaceutical companies. He isn't the only one. Dr. Califf earned $100,000 from these companies between January and September of last year. So the whole time, he's supposed to be watching out and making sure that things like OxyContin does not become available for children. He's being paid to make it available for children. These people are paying him off just to say, hey, we're going to go ahead and allow these drugs to go ahead and be pushed upon your children so we can just, in the end, get them used to taking them as they get older so there isn't so much of a dependency later. Like this. Use it earlier to get used to it so you don't get dependent. I don't think it actually works that way. But anyways, that's actually their excuse for why OxyContin is available for children. Make it available for children so that when they get older, they don't get hooked on it because they've already been used to it. They've already had it. They already know what it does. build up their tolerance so we can come out with bigger, stronger drugs. The FDA has approved a number of pills that should not have been approved. Pills like Zohydro, which is also being called the heroin pill. Or, like I also mentioned, oxycodone for children. 44 people die in the U.S., the United States alone. 44 people die from painkillers daily. So at the end of today, or tomorrow, or whenever you watch this show, just remember, by the time you go to bed, 44 people have overdosed or died on painkillers. It's pretty sad to think about. The FDA had to actually do a side note on this, ran out of paper here. The FDA commissioner says it's ludicrous not to approve a drug based on a posed threat for abuse and addiction. Well, you know, throughout my years, I've been being told about this one drug that, you know, has a thought of being used for abuse or addiction, but in recent studies doesn't have any abuse or addiction qualities. It's said to treat a number of problems. I mean, huge number of problems. And this medication is known to not have any overdose problems, and literally to this day, since 15,000 BC to present day, there have been 0 reported deaths or injuries caused by this drug. But it's illegal. This drug is illegal. Hopefully we're changing that, but while these pharmaceutical companies are paying off the FDA to go ahead and approve these drugs that are killing people, we continue to make marijuana illegal. We continue to say how bad marijuana is. You'll drop out of school if you take marijuana. You're going to die if you take pills. Forget dropping out of school. You're going to end your life taking pills. You're going to have so many health issues taking a pill. Smoke weed. Screw your pills. GW Pharmaceuticals, on the other hand, of course, they're not really the good guys just because they're doing this. They have their own bad issues as well. They actually have a drug called Epidiolex, which is a cannabis-based medication formed from marijuana. It has THC and CBD both. It's nothing like Marinol, which was a substitute. This is actually made from the weed itself. Such a smooth hit. So that's kind of scary to think that the FDA is out there getting paid by pharmaceutical companies to pass along drugs that are known to kill people. If you ask me, it sounds like pharmaceutical companies really don't care about our health or our well-being. I mean, they say that's what they're all about and that's what they want to do. And their pills are there to help and make you feel better and do good things for you. But in the end, are they? Are they really breaking it down and looking at the end run? Or are they just going back and going onto what has already been done in the past? And then saying, oh, well, we can just better that product. I mean, I know cocaine has been known to be used as anesthesia to numb an area just by placing it on there. Used for your teeth. Some people even snort it. Make their whole throat and everything else go nice and numb. I don't personally use any of that, but cocaine is a Schedule II drug. Not a Schedule I. It's a Schedule II drug, which means it's used for research and medical purposes. So this whole time we're complaining about marijuana, which actually is curing stuff. People are using methamphetamines and cocaine to cure nothing. But to move on to a little lighter story from all of this, you know, gotta find my tinfoil hat here before the government comes and gets me from all this stuff. I think I lost it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I've lost it. U.S. Customs and Border agents found over a ton of marijuana concealed inside carrots. I love it. During an inspection of a tractor trailer coming in from Mexico, officials found 2,817 carrot-shaped packages stuffed with around 2,493 pounds of marijuana. So basically what ends up happening is they shoved all these carrot-shaped packages underneath carrots, actual carrots. So if you were to look in there, hopefully they just kind of blend in with the carrots. I guess they didn't do a good enough job because, we found it. Estimated street value of the marijuana is just under $500,000. It goes to show just the lengths that smugglers use to actually get marijuana into our country. I mean, this is black market. This is what we're trying to stop by legalizing marijuana. If marijuana was legal, they wouldn't be doing this. They would have to go through legal tenders to actually pay money and taxes to our country to ship it into our country. And they would have to do it appropriately by custom laws if we had it legal. So yeah, we're not saying that we're going to completely stop all Mexico shipment of marijuana. We're just going to tell them that they're going to have to meet our regulations of how we handle it. Sorry, but that's just how we like it. We like things a certain way. Our American weed has actually been known to be some of the best weed that everybody likes to talk down about it constantly. Oh, you Americans, you have no good weed all the time. Why? Because they don't know good weed. Really, they don't. With all this marijuana shoved into carrots, it lets me know that my mom used to always tell me how carrots were good for my eyes, help me with my sight. So let's smoke up some carrots, shall we? So like I always tell you guys, educate before you medicate. Never know what you could learn, what kind of funny stories are going on out there. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. You all have a peaceful, positive, and productive day. Coming at you guys.